Today on Southern City Eats, homemade hash browns. You most likely have everything you need already to make my favorite version of Waffle House hash browns. Time to gather your supplies. You're going to want to grab 2 to 3 small to medium-sized russet potatoes. They are great to use due to their high level of starch and low level of moisture. This will help give the nice crunch you're used to while keeping the inside soft. Your second ingredient is my favorite, a Vidalia onion. This sweet vegetable is named after the town of Vidalia, Georgia. The flatter the onion, the sweeter it is. You're going to need about 1 to 2 tablespoons diced. The third ingredient on your list is oil. I prefer to use olive oil for the taste, but you can use canola or vegetable oil. They work just fine. Just don't waste your precious peanut oil for this one. Your next ingredient is about a pat of butter, or for you non-southern folk, about a tablespoon. The brand doesn't really matter, although I am partial to Kerrygold Irish butter. You do want to try and get unsalted though, because you'll be adding salt later. At last, you're going to want some sea salt, or just table salt, and some cracked pepper. Fresh is best. There are a couple simple tools that you will need for this recipe. A grater, a potato peeler, and a knife. A simple steak knife or a utility knife will do. First, you're going to peel your potatoes. You can discard the skins unless you're going to repurpose them. After you peel your potatoes, you're going to cut them into rectangles. Try to keep the dimensions 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch. This is part of the secret to your super tasty hash browns. After you cut your potatoes, use your hand grater and grate all the pieces. If your grater doesn't have an attached catcher like mine, have a small bowl filled halfway with cold water standing by. By doing this, you're avoiding oxidation and having your potatoes turn brown. Next, you want to let as much water drain out of the potatoes as possible. I have found that a salad spinner works very well. If you don't have a salad spinner, using a spaghetti strainer and patting down with paper towels should do the trick. Just make sure you get as much moisture out as possible. You're going to want to use a medium-sized skillet, a light one preferably, easy to flip with. Turn your heat on medium to high heat and go ahead and add your oil. Add in your butter and let some of the water evaporate. You will start to see a nice bubbling starting to happen. Just make sure not to turn it into brown butter. While very tasty, not for this recipe. At this point, your pan is ready for potatoes. Using a 1-cup measuring cup, lightly pack it to the top, then dump it into the oil and butter blend. You want a mound to form. After about 2 minutes, turn your burner down to medium heat. Sprinkle with salt and pepper to taste, and add a tablespoon of onion and cover. Let sit for about 4 to 5 minutes. Uncover and add 2 teaspoons of water to surround the hash browns. Recover for another 1 to 2 minutes. This step is very important. When you can see a nice brown crust forming on the edges, you're ready. Go ahead and flip. Ta-da! Look at those gorgeous hash browns. I know you're proud of yourself. After you've successfully flipped your hash browns, add an additional tablespoon of Vidalia onions, salt and pepper, cover for 3 to 4 more minutes, Then add your cheese, cover again until it's bubbly and melted, and you're done. You have perfectly made homemade Waffle House hash browns. Thank you so much for watching Southern City Eats' first episode, Homemade Waffle House Hash Browns. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This episode is dedicated to my bestie out in the desert. I love you, Britt. Happy 30th birthday.